Classical Era by Elizabeth Verhage. What is classical literature? Classical literature is literature created between 1200 BCE and 445 CE, depending on the civilization the literature is created in. A large portion of famous works from this era are found in ancient Greece and ancient Rome. Classical characteristics. In classical literature, there are recurring characteristics found within the era. This includes economy of words, direct expression, subtlety of thought, attention to form, along with themes of mythology and other ancient beliefs. Historical context. Many historical events and trends affected literature created in this era. This includes the Trojan Wars between ancient Greeks and people of Troy between 1200 to 1100 BCE, other art forms that also flourished, such as sculpting, architecture, paintings, and theater, Augustus Caesar creating peace in the Roman Empire for a appointed time, known as the Golden Age, that lasted 84 years in the Roman Empire, Rome becoming a republic from 509 to 27 BCE, ending with the murder of the dictator Julius Caesar. Among that, mythology and religion played a huge part in influencing the arts in everyday life, as buildings, plays, and events were dedicated to their beliefs and deities. Historical figures and their works. Some major historical figures and their works found in the classical era include Homer with the Iliad, the Odyssey, and Homeric hymns, Virgil with the Aeneid, the Georgics and the Bullocks, Eclogues, Aristotle with the Nicomachean Ethics, On the Soul and Metaphysics, and Plato with the Apology and the Cratylus. Virgil and the Aeneid. Virgil was considered one of the greatest Roman poets, born in 70 BCE and dying in 19 BCE. Virgil dedicated his life to his work, never settling down. During his life, his works touched on his fears of civil war in Rome, that were also expressed by other poets at the time, like Horace. One of his most famous works was the Aeneid, an epic telling the tale of Aeneas leading the remaining Trojans to Latium after the fall of Troy. It has elements of Roman mythology, as the use of deities like Venus or Neptune are seen. Among that, the Aeneid also uses economy of words, or less words to tell the story. Aristotle and metaphysics. Aristotle was a Greek philosopher born in 384 BCE and he died in 322 BCE. He was known for his works in philosophy and is known as the first genuine scientist recorded in history. It is said that most of his work has been lost to time, with only a small portion surviving to this day. One of his works, Metaphysics, is a series of several books that both look at and studies existence itself. The books use direct expression, meaning that they use the speaker's or writer's words verbatim. Aristotle also made sure that his writing was done in an orderly fashion, sectioning them into separate chapters and books. Recommended reading list. I made a recommended reading list, and if you would like to read from the historical figures that influenced Western modern writings, I'd recommend both Aeneid by Virgil and Homeric hymns by Homer. Aeneid by Virgil, although it may be hard to follow with the older dialect, it is still an engaging read. I'd also recommend Homeric hymns, as the poetry gives an insight of how the Romans expressed their religion, and I believe that it is also quite beautiful. These are my works cited, and thank you for watching my presentation on the classical era.